Another first has been marked in Parliament this week with the maiden speech of Green MP Benjamin Doyle. They are New Zealand's first ever MP to identify as non-binary and sat down with reporter Fina Owen to explain how their identity shapes their politics.
It kind of has a double meaning for me. So it's the...
In the Greens caucus room, Benjamin Doyle, who uses they-them pronouns, is interpreting their body art for me.
But also like kind of a journey of my life, or like the aspirations I have to ascend into kind of a higher understanding of myself and the world around me. And
I'm distracted, Benjamin, by your nails. Look at that.
Yeah, I mean, these are pretty incredible. I have an amazing nail tech in Kirikiriroa, and she's really up for a challenge. So this week it felt appropriate to have the Tino Rangatiratanga flag.
I call on Benjamin Doyle to make a maiden statement.
E te mangai, tēnā koe. E te whare tēnā koutou katoa.
Doyle is Ngāpuhi and Pākehā.
I grew up in Whangaparaoa. I'm from the north on my mum's side, and moved to Auckland to study and do university. I trained as a high school teacher and worked in that space for nearly a decade. And I worked as a researcher, a kaupapa Māori researcher at Waikato University, predominantly in justice and equity and belonging for Māori students.
At 18 on the Greens list, Benjamin Doyle stood for Hamilton West last election.
Just existing as I am feels like it's forced me to be political. You know, my identity is intersectional. I'm queer, takatapui. I'm Māori, Pākehā. You know, I live with a disability. But on the other hand, I'm also incredibly privileged, and that has forced me to be politicised.
Benjamin Doyle is also non-binary.
Yeah, I'm the first openly non-binary MP.
Yeah. This is quite a buttoned-down environment here in Parliament. How do you deal with that, and how have people responded to you?
This institution is very old-fashioned and has some inherited beliefs and rules that don't fit the context of a modern society. So, I mean, while it may seem like I'm some outlier in how I express myself here, actually, if you look around, there are a lot of people here who in small ways express who they are and challenge those old-fashioned kind of colonial norms, those patriarchal norms.
So that's the day of your swearing in, which you remember.
Yes.
Can you tell me about this get-up? Because obviously there's symbolism there.
Totally. The speaker had seen my outfit beforehand and was like, "Is that what you're wearing?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Okay." So he didn't have a problem with it, so he was happy with the way
He said, "Is that what you're wearing?"
"Is that what you're wearing?" I said, "Yes." And he said, "Okay."
E ki ana I runga I te pono.
I had to ask permission about how many books I could carry, and I wasn't sure how many I was allowed. But they said, as long as you can carry them. I said, "Am I allowed to bring a bag?" So I have a facsimile of Te Tiriti o Waitangi, of course. Also a copy of Imagining Decolonisation. And then the last book I have there is called Intimate Details and Vital Statistics. And I also was inspired by Hana Rafiti, who also wore a beret the day
Are you in the right party?
Absolutely I am.
The Greens' new MP is well into the work, sitting on the Māori Affairs Select Committee and promising to fight for the arts.
I am going to be advocating strongly for adequately funded arts and creative sector. Yeah, it's important because the creative community have a voice to say the things that are otherwise quite difficult to say, that we might not express in conversations.
How's the induction going? And so you've got to learn all the little, in the debating chamber. There's a lot to learn there.
Yes, that's the space where there's a lot of kind of small expectations or traditions that we have to do, like bowing to the chair as we leave the House. Everyone has to do it.
Have you got that down pat?
I have. And some people do elaborate bows. It's quite fun to watch.
Do they?
Yeah, you know, like that.
But in our film library, we found no evidence of such flourishes.
I have had people, you know, supportive and comment on not just the way I dress, but the energy and the beliefs and the identity I bring here. And, you know, that's really encouraging because we want a diverse representation in this place. This whare is meant to represent Aotearoa, not just one type of person. So my community needs to see themselves here, and I'm just one expression of that.